Alright, here we go. This is a little tutorial for our troubleshooting assessment for IT fundamentals class. We've been learning a lot about computers, everything from hardware, all the software with operating systems and applications. We've learned some information about networking. You should have a pretty good basis of main fundamentals of how computers work. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of review some troubleshooting charts, and we're going to make a resource, kind of a non-linear PowerPoint slideshow that would allow a user, if something was wrong with the computer, where they could kind of go through those. So the resource that I'm using is fixingmycomputer.com, all one word. And when you sign in there, that's where I'm at. You just have all of these resources on anything that could go wrong with a computer. On the far left hand side of the browser, it's at the top, it says fixing my computer, then underneath that it says computer repair, and then flowcharts. Flowcharts is where we are focusing at. You're going to look through those charts, the boot errors, the hard drives, the video cards, and the main boards. By main boards, they're talking motherboards, obviously. So these are major components that we learned about with our assembling of a PC unit. And obviously, things break, and so these are good ways for you to be able to troubleshoot where the problems are. So what you're going to do for your assessment is you're going to choose one of these 4 flowcharts to work with. Alright, let's say that I want to start with the boot errors. Okay, then what I want to do is I'm going to open up PowerPoint, or you could use Google Slides depending if you're at home working with your Google accounts. But if you have PowerPoint, it pretty much is the same thing either way, and you're going to start a slideshow. Now here's the way this flowchart works with this. Alright, I have both on the screen here so you can see all of this. So it says, does computer turn on? Yes or no. If the answer is yes, is there anything on the screen? If no, is there an adequate power source and environment? And then after that, if so, then yes or no. Alright, so we're going to turn this into a nonlinear PowerPoint. So my first slide here says troubleshooting slideshow demo. Since I am using this first boot errors one, I'm just going to change this to boot errors troubleshooting demo. Alright, whatever you want to call yours. Okay, now when you make your slideshow, make it look nice and presentable. But at this point in your educational careers, you know how to make slides look nice, choose an acceptable typeface, and all that. You want this to be very presentable, very professional, and something that you could send to people to help them with troubleshooting. Alright, so the first slide is going to be the title of whichever of these 4 flowcharts you decided. If you wanted to do hard drives, then you would say hard drive troubleshooting. Alright, if you want yours to be video cards, then you would say video card troubleshooting, so forth and so on. Alright, then the next slide is going to be probably the first question that is on our chart here. Does computer turn on? So here I have, does computer turn on? Maybe you're going to find a nice picture of a computer from like Unsplash or Pixabay or any of those free sites where you can use images and check to see if you need to give the photographer credit. And so it says, does your computer turn on? Then I have yes or no, just typed underneath that. Alright, then what I did is I made one of each of these type of slides. So this one here, is there anything on the screen? Yes or no. Alright, and then here's a slide that says, no, the computer didn't turn on. Does the power switch work? Which is right here. Yes or no. So what I want to do is I want to make a slide for each one of these squares on the troubleshoot. Okay, this is all I'm going to do for the demonstration here, because obviously I'm not going to do your assessment for you. You need to do that on your own. But this is just a little thing to show you how to get started. So these are the slides. Okay, you'll have one for each of the troubleshooting ones. All of these are pretty much the same size, so it's not really going to save you very much work for each one. Alright, and then what I want to do is I want to go here to does your computer turn on, and where it says yes, I'm going to select this right here. Alright, and then I'm going to right click on the selected yes text that I have selected, and I'm going to go down to hyperlink. Alright, now I'm going to have insert hyperlink on here. Alright, and then this is going to, I want to select on here place in this document. So I'm going to click once right here, and then here it gives me a list of all my slides. Slide number 3 is yes, the computer turned on, so I'm going to click OK. Alright, and then if I click here and I go to no, and do the same thing, right click on that, go to hyperlink, a place in this document, and then that one's going to go to slide 4. Alright, and then when I'm done, then I would go through and I would do these as well. It wouldn't be a bad idea if on each of these you also had a back home button, you know, so then if somebody wanted to click and they wanted to go back to the original slide, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That's something for you to think about, depending on how good and how professional that you want your troubleshooting guide to be. Alright, so once that's done, okay, then we're ready to try this thing out. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Here's the demonstration. Does your computer turn on? Yes or no? I'm going to click yes. Yes, the computer turned on. Alright, now if I go back to previous, does your computer turn on? No. No, the computer didn't turn on. Alright, and then that's how that works. So that's how you make a non-linear PowerPoint, and it allows the user to kind of go through a slideshow and kind of navigate through. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure story, I guess. If you're going to use Google Slides, it's pretty much the same thing. You right click, and then there will be an option that will say hyperlink, and then there will be a drop down menu that will say place in this slideshow, or to a slide in this show, and then you would select that. It's pretty much the exact same way. Sometimes Google changes it up a little bit, but it's very similar to this as long as you're doing the highlight your text. Once you're done, you know, double check, make sure it's all there, make sure you don't have any dead links, and kind of try it out a few times, and then you're going to save this, and you're either going to submit it into the Google Classroom post where it's at, or you can email it to me as an attachment in my school email and turn it in that way. And again, we are working on our troubleshooting. We're kind of reviewing through these flow charts, and then taking the knowledge in which we've learned before, and then we're going to make a professional looking nice slideshow that allows a user to work through and try to either solve a computer problem or to help other people find theirs. Use a last slide that has your sources, you know, where you get this information. Obviously most of our sources are going to come from this fixingmycomputer.com. Use images whenever you can. You know, just, you know, it's a lot easier to try to fix things that are broke if you have something to look at. So make it as effective as you can, and hopefully that'll make sense. If not, shoot me an email and I'll get back to you pretty quickly, and let's get these troubleshooting slideshows all finished up. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.